Hello and welcome to Gadget Joe, and today we have a soundbar with an identity crisis. Hello folks, welcome back to the channel, and today we have another offering by Prevo in the form of a stereo soundbar. However, this one appears to be a multifunction device with a little bit of confusion as to what it really wants to be. The product in question is this. It's the MS03. And as it says on the box, it's a wireless stereo soundbar with Bluetooth, which seems all a little bit normal to begin with. However, this device has the looks of a traditional soundbar with Bluetooth connectivity for hooking up to your TV. But it also has an inbuilt battery, meaning it can be taken anywhere with USB output, aux input, Type-C, Bluetooth and micro SD card reader, just like a portable speaker. I'm not saying it's a bad thing by any means. It's a very versatile device, and today I'm going to be putting it through its paces to see what the connectivity is like, the build quality, the portability, and most importantly, the sound quality. Before we do any of that, let's take a look at the box. It's a long, bright yellow box with pretty minimal information on it. These speakers are pretty cheap too, at around the £25 to £40 price point, depending on where you get it from. And the boxing experience sort of mirrors that. It's not tacky brown box cheap, but it's still pretty basic and to the point with an image of a speaker and some basic information. Inside you get a user guide, 2 little cables and the speaker itself. Those cables are a 3.5 to 3.5mm aux cable and a Type A to Type C cable that doubles as a connection cable and also a charging cable. They are a little bit short, which is odd to see, but it's no big issue. Longer cables are super cheap nowadays on Amazon. The speaker itself is next, and it's a nice looking unit. It's got the traditional looks of a standard soundbar. It's nice, long and thick. Keep your mind out of the gutter. However, it's significantly smaller than your average soundbar for your TV. Put it next to this one, for example, and you see the difference in size. The MS03 is just 460mm long and 75mm at the ends. It has a slightly triangular design with some flat feet at the bottom to sit it into place, and they do a good job of keeping it in position without much movement at all. It is a weighty unit too, coming in at just shy of 1 kg at 930 grams, and that's mostly thanks to its ABS plastic structure with metal frame and the included battery too. It feels really well made, and it definitely has a feel of a much pricier unit for sure. It is unfortunately shiny black, which is going to show up every single fingerprint for the rest of its life, but that's a small trade-off. It does feel very well made considering. It does feature a big metal grate or grille across the front for the speaker output. On one end it has a blank faceplate, and the other has a little dial wheel on it that can be turned to turn the volume up or down. It's surrounded by a little blue LED ring light too, and then there are some additional function buttons, including a power on switch that when pressed plays a little song that makes me feel like I'm about to start a game that is going to take me to a new dimension. There's also a mode button to cycle through different modes such as Bluetooth, aux in, USB or SD card mode. You do then have a skip left and right button for skipping tracks, and then finally a play pause button that does exactly what you think it does. Move slightly along from the edge and you have a little sub panel that has 4 ports. A Type-C 5V port that is used for charging the speaker and connecting it to a PC or laptop if you do so wish to do that. A 3.5mm aux port for connecting it to phones, laptops, TVs or anything with an aux connection. A USB Type A port that can also connect the speaker to devices via a USB cable, but also doubles as a power point for USB powered devices. Something that isn't actually mentioned on the website anywhere, but a nice little addition to have. Just bear in mind that it's only a smaller battery, which I'll touch upon shortly. And then finally you have a little micro SD card port that allows you to put in a micro SD card loaded with your favourite music on it and play it directly through the speaker. Bear in mind there's no screen anywhere on this device, and it doesn't connect to a device to show you the songs that are going to be playing. So the songs are going to be all kinds of random, but it's ideal if you wanted to run it in the background of your home business or even a garden party. Now that we've had a good look at the speaker itself and the design of it, connections and such, let's now move on to the specifications, and then we'll give it a real test to see exactly how it sounds. I will flash the specs up on the screen for those wanting to know any specific details, and you can obviously screenshot it if you need to, but the MS03 is made up of two 52mm stereo speaker units, delivering 5.5 watts each for a total of 11 watts of power. It also has twin bass diaphragms in the middle of the unit at 47x86mm for manipulating the airflow. The frequency range is 60Hz up to 20kHz with a claimed sub 1% distortion rating. Power is provided either by the USB-C 5V power driver or by the permanently installed 2000 mAh 18650 lithium battery operating at 3.7 volts. This battery lasts for up to 6 hours of playback and takes around 1 to 2 hours of charge time. And then finally, it utilises Bluetooth 5.1 with a range of just shy of 10 meters. And now that's all over, we can get to the main purpose of the MS03, and that is the sound production. Whether you're using it on your TV as a soundbar or connecting it to your laptop, PC, projector, mobile phone or anything at all, you're going to want a good solid sound from the speaker. But does the low price point indicate a poor quality speaker setup? Let's put it to the test and find out once and for all. The MS03 performs incredibly well and delivers a really positive feeling sound profile. Those large bass diaphragms in the middle really deliver a surprising punch to deliver some crispy deep bass notes when playing music. The sound profiles didn't really change at all regardless of the playback modes. Playing via Bluetooth, aux, SD card or USB all produce the same sound. The biggest factor when it comes to altering the sound profiles was the device that it's plugged into. Some devices naturally have more control of the equalizer settings of the output, which can alter the amount of bass, treble, highs and lows, etc. But for the sake of this review, I'm not going to look into anything like that, and I'm going to focus on the standard plug and play profiles for a more level result. When it comes to music playback on the MS03, it delivers a solid, clear and punchy audio performance. The highs are relatively accurate and sharp with individual high-pitched sounds such as higher notes of a piano or vocals. The lows are significantly better on this, and it helps with picking out the distinct sounds of drum and bass, lower vocal notes and more, mostly thanks to the air chamber design and diaphragms included. The bass is fantastic, really impressive from such a small compact device. It's not over-engineered or mechanical sounding too, which is nice to hear. Those diaphragms push out some serious amount of air when they get going. Vocals sound very good, clear and true to life, even at higher volumes. The only real limit being those 11 watts of total output power. However, with that said, the sound is plenty loud for even a semi-large open area. What's more is that it handles distortion very well. At the top end of a volume range, it does have a hint of distortion and shakiness to it, but it's nothing off-putting. I do find the sweet spot for these speakers in particular are around the 70 to 90% volume range. The bassy notes and low distortion make watching TV or movies perfect for this device too. If you were going to be using it as your TV soundbar, it would do the job just nicely. It won't be a great deal louder than most TV speakers. In fact, a lot of TV speakers generally sit at around 10 to 20 watts, so it might even fall lower in volume than some. What it does do, however, is provide a more rounded, bass-rich and more natural, full sound than the speakers on your TV. If you were looking for a setup for your TV that can deliver a real loud, room-shaking, cinema-like experience with surround sound, then this really isn't going to be the option for you. Its small size does limit it, but it's certainly a noticeable upgrade to the traditional speakers in terms of audio quality. And this is where I go back to my opening statement of a video of the MS03 being a little bit confused about what it really is. I think it could very much function as a TV soundbar, certainly more so for a quick cheap upgrade for an audio quality setup on a smaller TV, either in your office, bedroom, caravan, or even a kid's bedroom. But it's certainly not going to compete with the more traditional soundbars that are much larger with larger speakers and surround sound optimized setups. I think personally this is the perfect wireless speaker for connecting your phone to when you want to listen to high quality audio and vocals in your house or office. It's got enough gusto and oomph behind it to deliver a pretty solid experience, fulfilling a small garden space for your family barbecues or parties without drowning people out too. The sound is spot on for what it is too. Nice and bassy and clear, and what's more is that the included battery makes it very portable too. The long, thin design seems a bit clumsy and impractical, but actually it's just right to slip nicely into your bag without taking up most of the space like other portable speakers would do with a smaller, wider design. Overall, I'm very impressed with this as a whole, and even more so when I go back to the price point. There are lots of brand name speakers on the market that do the same job as this. They even sound just the same, but are 2, 3, 4 or even 10 times the price. And this just shows you that you don't always need brand names. The prices vary wildly for some reason between a £25 to £40-ish mark, but even at £40 I would comfortably say it's worth it. As always, I will leave a link down below to where you can grab one for yourself, and once you're down there, don't forget to click like and subscribe for more like this. I've been Gadget Joe. This has been the Prevo MS03 wireless soundbar that has earned itself a huge thumbs up from me, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
We'll be right back.